Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm taking a look at the 12th Doctor Ghost Stories, that being issue 3 out of 5. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this cover, to be honest, in contrast to issue 2 and what I remember of issue 1's cover. I much prefer those ones over this one. This one's probably the weakest one thus far, personally. I think more than anything it's all this Gallifreyan text. I don't understand why it's there, and if you read the issue, to my knowledge, there's no real reference to anything Gallifreyan there, really, so other than just the person who did the cover and designed the cover likes Gallifreyan text, I can't genuinely think of a logical reason as to why it's there. However, I do like the coat and costume and the stance of the Doctor and the sort of fact that he's the point of focus. I don't really get what this energy is emitting around him, to be honest. Maybe, I don't mind the green sort of emitter thing from one of the crystals, or what I imagine one of the crystals, that it's one of the crystals, and I don't get why the Doctor's glowing and it's not regeneration energy. However, the Doctor Who logo is there, the BBC, the 12th Doctor Ghost Stories. That all seems to be at the point of focus. It all seems to be in the middle, yeah, not to the sides and stuff like a lot of other ones. However, usually the TARDIS barcode and or thing are over on the left. This time it's on the right, Titan Comics. On the back you've got a bunch of stuff about the digital stuff you can get. Torchwood advertisement. The next issue cover. Torchwood graphic novel and or Sherlock manga. Variant covers, which I would have preferred this variant cover, personally. Even if he is wearing his, like, Series 8, costume. And or promotional one, which he barely even wore. That one I don't particularly like, though. What's out from Titan Comics this month? Oops, sorry about shaky cam. My hands are not very steady. Yeah, the writer, or the title of the story and the part, the writer, artist, letterist, and so on. The other Doctor Who graphic novels, 10, 11, and 12. Doctor. The Doctor bio on the Doctor, Grant, Lucy, previously. Titan Comics Twitter, Facebook, no, website, Twitter, and Facebook even. Yeah, they seem to have got out of the conclusion fairly quickly, but I'm fine with that, you know. Or it had a lot better pacing and fluidity. I much prefer this issue over issue 2. Issue 2 was abysmal, to the point where I felt like I was just going to cancel my order of buying this, but also, I don't know why, but only up until now does Lucy feel like I actually know who she is, like, in contrast, like, that's the image of her, like, a still image from The Return of Doctor Mysterio. Like, I've never found that difficult to realise that Grant, when he's not in, like, the superhero-y ghost costume, like, I can still tell that is Grant, right? That I can tell that's Grant, right? And then you got a giant fuck-off brain, and a bunch of brains and tanks, yeah, cool. But with Lucy, I've only just noticed that it looks like Lucy now. Whether or not she was even in the last 2 issues, I can't even remember. I mean, at this point, you might just comment below, why did you even pick these issues up? You don't even sound like a big fan of Doctor Mysterio. Alright, it's been a while since I watched the episode, alright? Cut me some slack. And also, I think I've seen it 2 or 3 times now. I've definitely seen it more than twice. I think three maybe at a stretch 4 times, maybe. I don't think I watched it 4 times, though. I don't think it was that good enough. I would probably give it a 7 out of 10 as a story, personally. Granted, I give a lot of stories 7 out of 10. But yeah, also, aesthetically, I don't get why all these black borders are here. On the panels, why these black things are here, the black outline on a lot of the panels. I have no idea why they're there. I don't remember in the previous issue them being there, so that's very strange. Spoiler alert, but then you get the introduction of the Sycorax, which, if you know me, or if you've been a long-time subscriber to my channel, you know that in my figure adventures, the last episode I did was Judgment Day with the Sycorax. I adore the Sycorax. I'm a big fan of them, and I mean, come on, look at that. That is just beautiful. You know, imagery like this is just amazing. Having the 12th Doctor meet the Sycorax is pretty badass, really. You know, and as I say, having amazing panels and artwork like this, it's just such a step in the right direction and an improvement. I mean, again, I think my major criticism rises and or rears its ugly head, unfortunately, which is that herpaderp, really, what is that though? Where are her bottom teeth? That's what's concerning me there. But no, in all seriousness though, I think the criticism and or thing that's rearing its ugly head again, is that I feel like immediately after the conclusion of the previous part, you're immediately just put into this new trajectory of, oh look, this is the new, like, story now. Oh, okay, cool, we've resolved that story. Okay, now, that's the new story thing, you know? It's very sudden and very strange, to me anyway, but, you know, because it makes for very uncohesive storytelling, really. I mean, they wrap up the story of this fairly quickly, and you could argue it feels very Deus Ex Machina and that, and not too inventive either, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, great panel work, and maybe that's why it's all red on the front, and that, to coincide with the whole sort of imagery and all red art and colour scheme. Yeah, the artist and colourist did a phenomenal job here. Give credit where credit is due. I adore the Sycorax and the way they look, and, you know, and stuff. And you've got like a standout one with the staff. No swords, however. Very strange. But yeah, lovely shots of them. Or panels, should I say, of them. You know, really dark one, actually. I've only just realised that there's almost blood there. That's pretty fucking dark, to be honest. Something you wouldn't get away with in the television episode of the show. Maybe that's why he's emanating some sort of thing. Maybe that's how he's regenerating in this. I have no idea. And then you've got the to be continued thing. But yeah, very dark, very Marvel-esque, very sort of professional-esque, you know, very mainstreamy, sort of really good, yeah, panel work and or stuff, you know. It's I'm giving it a compliment when I'm comparing it and or, you know, saying it's like, you know, Marvel, because, you know, let's be honest, they're one of the biggest comic book names, really, in the medium, you know. But yeah, really love the Sycorax in the story. I think it's the first time that they've been in comic book form, I want to say. Yeah, I would highly recommend this one over issue 2. And I would highly recommend it if you're a fan of the 12th Doctor. If you're obviously a fan of Doctor Mysterio, it's a no-brainer. But if you're a fan of the 12th Doctor, fan of the Sycorax, please do pick this one up. I think it's a must-have and worth, recommending to people. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe.